All right, now don't forget the three log laws that they're talking about. The first one is if I have log, oh, too big. If I have log base A of x plus log base A of y, then that's the same as log base A of x times y. If I have log base A of x minus log base A of y, then that's the same as log base A of x divided by y. And if I have base A of x to the something n, then same as that something times log base A of x. So we're going to use these to answer these questions. All right, so if I have question A, log base 6 of 9 plus log base 6 of 4, then that's the same as log base 6 of 9 times 4, because if it's a plus, you multiply, which means it's log base 6 of 36. Now 6 to the what is 36? 6 squared. Question C. Now we've got log base 15 of 3 plus log base 15 of 5. So we've got log base 15 of 3 times 5, which is just log base 15 of 15. 15 to the what equals 15? 1. I know, groundbreaking stuff. Question E. We've got log base 10 of 50 plus log base 10 of 20. So we've got log base 10 of 50 times 20. I don't need to write a bracket. So that's just log base 10 of 50 times 20, 1,000. Now 10 to the what equals 1,000? 10 to the 3. FG. We've got log base 2 of 24 minus log base 3 of 3. Look, they've stuffed up. That's a 2. So we've got log base 2 of 24 minus log base 2 of 3. So that's log base 2 of 24 divided by 3, which gives us log base 2 of 8. 2 to the what equals 8? 2 to the 3. GHI. Now we've got three things happening. So we've got log, they're all log base 2. We've got 12, log base 2 of 12 plus log base 2 of 6. So that's going to be 12 times 6 when we put them together. Minus log base 2 of 9. So we're going to divide by 9. So we've got log base 2 of 12 times 6 is 72. Divided by 9, 8. Now 2 to the what equals 8? You're right, it's 3. HIJK. This time we've got log base 12 of 9 plus log base 12 of 8 plus log base 12 of 2. So that's log base 12 of 9 times 8 times 2. So that's log base 12 of 72 times 2, 144. And if I've written 12, not just 2, 12 to the what equals 144? Yes, it's 12 squared. So they're really not that hard, are they? You've just got to remember your rules. If you've got minuses in between, you divide. If you've got additions in between, you multiply. And it only works when they're the same base, which is why I realized that the textbook had written it wrong, and that should be log base 2 of 3, not base 3 of 3. Although log base 3 of 3 is just 1, so it would have been... Oh, okay. Excuse me. No, because I can't do 2 to the 24, so it doesn't make sense for that to be anything other than 3. Okay. We're going to simplify these. Pretty much the same way. So we've got log base 5 of 2 minus log base 5 of 50. So that's 2 divided by 50. So we've got log base 5 of, well, that's simplified to 1 on 25, which means we've got log base 5 of, now 1 on 25 is 1 on 5 squared, so that's 5 to the minus 2, which means I can put the minus 2 out the front. Log base 5 of 5. Now what is log base 5 of 5? It's 1. So we've got minus 2 times, well, 1. So that's negative 2. Question C. Log base 3 of 8 minus log base 3 of 6 minus log base 3 of 12. So we've got log base 3 of 8 divided by 6 and divided by 12. So the 12 goes on the bottom as well, and we can write it like that. Because that's like saying log base 3 of 8 minus log base 3 of 6 plus log base 3 of 12, yeah? So this is log base 3 of 8 over 72, 1 on 9, which means it's log base 3 of 1 on 9 is 1 on 3 squared, so it's 3 to the minus 2, which means it's negative 2 out the front, times log base 3 of 3, means it's negative 2 times 1, which is just negative 2. I wonder if all of these will have the same answer. Question E. We've got log base 6 of a third minus log base 6 of 12, which means we've got a third divided by 12, which means the 12 goes on the bottom with the 3. Because it's, oh, sorry, that's a lot all at once. Hang on, we've got a third divided by 12, yeah? Or should I have written that as a third over 12? Either way, it's the same as log base 6 of a third times 1 on 12. Because timesing by 1 on 12 is the same as dividing by 12, which means it's log base 6 of 1 on 3 times 12 is 36, which means it's log base 6. 36 is 6 squared, and that's 6 to the minus 2. So we've got minus 2 times log base 6 of 6, minus 2 times 1, negative 2. Yeah, they all had the same answer. That's annoying. Quite funny. It's a textbook, though. You save space in the answers. Control C, Control V. Okay, now we're using my personal favourite log law, even though I know you shouldn't have favourites. I know. This is my favourite. Just like sine is my favourite trig ratio. To write each expression in terms of log base A of 2. Now, they'll tend to ask you things like this if, like, they're like, well, log base A of 2 is 1.73, so figure that out. You'll see later on, literally in question 5. So question A, we just want to write them in terms of log base A of 2. So this is log base A. Now 8 is 2 to the 3, and I could then take that 3 out the front. So that's 3 times log base A of 2. We don't normally write the times, we would just write 3 log base A of 2. Okay, question C, we've got log base A of 64, so 64 is 2 to the 6, so that's 6 log A2. Just like in trig, we don't write the times in between. E, log base A of 1/8. Now that's the same as 8 to the minus 1, or 1 on 2 cubed, sorry. Which means it's log base A of 2 to the minus 3. So we've got negative 3 log base A of 2. G, now we've got log base A of the root of 2, so that's log base A of 2 to the half, which means it's a half log base A of 2. That was easy. Okay, express each log in terms of log base 2 of 3 and log base 2 of 5. So 9, I'm not going to be able to multiply or divide that to get 5, like to have 5 in it. So I'm going to write this as log base 2 of, well, 9 is 3 squared, which means it's 2 times log base 2 of 3. And there we've got it in terms of log base 2 of 3. Question C. Now we've got log base 2 of 6. Now, I'm not going to be able to get 5 at all, but I know that 6 is the same as log base 2 of 2 times 3. 6 is 2 times 3, yeah? And now I can split these up. Log base 2 of 2 plus log base 2 of 3, because when you split them up, when you split up multiplications in logs, they become addition. So that's 2 to the 2, 2 to the what equals 2? Well, 2 to the 1 plus log base 2 of 3. There, it's in terms of log base 2 of 3. Question E, log base 2 of 18. Now that's the same as 9 times 2, isn't it? I'm going to write that 2 times 9, sorry. Which is the same as 2 times 3 squared. So I've got log base 2 of 2 plus log base 2 of 3 squared. Log base 2 of 2 is 1. Log base 2 of 3 squared, well, that's take the 2 out the front. 2 log base 2 of 3. I'm going to squeeze g onto the next to it. G. Log base 2 of 2/3. Well, that's the same as log base 2 of 2 minus log base 2 of 3, which is 1 minus log base 2 of 3. Now we're going to do something similar, but we have actual numbers to go. So we're going to do essentially what we did for 4, but then we're going to sub in the 1.58 and the 2.32 where we need. So if I'm trying to figure out log base 2 of 15, that's the same as log base 2 of 3 times 5, isn't it? 15 is 3 times 5. So I've got log base 2 of 3 plus log base 2 of 5. Log base 2 of 3, they've told us that that's approximately 1.58. Log base 2 of 5, that's approximately 2.32. So this whole thing comes out as approximately 3.9. Question C, log base 2 of 10. Well, that's the same as 2 times 5. So I've got log base 2 of 2 plus log base 2 of 5. Now log base 2 of 2 is 1, anything base itself. Log base 2 of 5, they told us that that's approximately 2.32. So we've got approximately 3.32. Question E, we've got log base 2 of 3 over 2, so that's log base 2 of 3 minus log base 2 of 2, which means we've got log base 2 of 3 is approximately 1.58 minus log base 2 of 2 is 1, so it's approximately 0.58. And G I'm going to squeeze onto the same line. This time we've got 2/3, so it's literally E but the other way around. So this time we've got log base 2 of 2 minus log base 2 of 3, so it's 1 minus 1.58, so it's negative 0.58. That's it.